How do we know that the hadith have been preserved to the present day?
Hadith basically is the prophetic tradition. Information attributed to the Prophet. What he said, what he did, or what he agreed to. This is what basically hadith means. With regards to the hadith, do we have anything written from the 1st century or the 2nd century? We have very little. What we do have, we have the chains of hadith that can actually give us confidence as to the authenticity of these basically reports. For example, when we pick up Sahih al-Bukhari, which is one of the most authentic collections of hadith. So we have the prophetic tradition compiled in Sahih al-Bukhari by Imam Bukhari. Imam Bukhari died in the 3rd century Hijri. So some people may ask this question, that how can Bukhari know what happened at the time of the Prophet 200 years later? That's a very good question. We explained to them the collection of Bukhari, or Bukhari himself, did not put anything without authority, without authentication, without having confidence in the information. So how did he do that? He was following a chain of narration. For example, Bukhari, when he says, Qala Rasulullah, the Prophet said, whatever he transmits to us. He says, I was told by my teacher, who was told by his teacher, and that teacher was told by his teacher, and that teacher was taught by the Prophet ﷺ. So there is a direct chain of narration going back to the Prophet. This information came to Bukhari through a chain.
How can we be sure that these are trustworthy people?
Because we have the history of each and every single individual. We know who Abdullah bin Yusuf is, where he was born, where he taught, how many people was he teaching, what was his character. Was he a dubious character or was he a truthful character? Likewise, we have information on Malik bin Anas. Was Malik bin Anas very famous, very public figure, teaching publicly to thousands of people? Then we have Nafi', who was similarly a very famous, a very well-known person who taught publicly. This knowledge was not secretly transmitted, it was publicly transmitted. That's why we have the confidence. And it wasn't transmitted to one person in secret in a dungeon. Rather, this knowledge was taught. This tradition, hadith, was transmitted in mosques to crowds of people. So that's why other people could authenticate it. They could recognize this knowledge. And if any false information was transmitted, it would be questioned, challenged immediately by these very people at that time. Hold on a second, we never heard that. Oh, maybe you added this word. Where did you get this word from? So there is a sentence from the Prophet. Someone comes with an extra word, one word added to that sentence. They would question it immediately. They would say, no, this word was not found in the transmission I received from my teacher. So this word is questionable. So this is how they preserved the tradition, the history, the life of the Prophet ﷺ.
What if one of the narrators turned out to be an untrustworthy person?
If there's a chain, and in that chain, one of the individuals is questionable for whatever reason. For example, a scholar said that he's forgetful. He mixes information. So when he transmits a hadith about the Prophet, he mixes men in chains, or he mixes words in the reports. So that person would be basically questioned, and his reports would be regarded as weak. Those reports are not trustworthy. So when men are all solid, they are known for their memory, they're known for their integrity, they're known for their truthfulness, they're known for their characters, then those reports are authentic. And Bukhari, Sahih al-Bukhari, pretty much collected information from such people. Any dubious characters, any untrustworthy characters, any forgetful individuals, their reports were simply put aside, because this is a matter of religion. So your religion has to come from absolutely authentic sources.